All right, welcome back. Another disappointing but unsurprising episode of 60 Minutes last night. The once great news magazine, maybe you saw it, interviewing prosecutor Mark Pomerantz, a prosecutor who's so politically skewed that even Manhattan's woke DA Alvin Bragg refused to take the case that he built against Donald Trump. Pomerantz, seen here, says that Donald Trump should be in prison for inflating the value of his assets to help him get bank loans to expand his business. Now, let's be clear. These are loans that Donald Trump took from banks and then repaid with interest. That's Alvin Bragg right there, by the way. So both Trump and the bank are happy. There's no victim here. But, of course, the state of New York is so obsessed with destroying Donald Trump, they brought Pomerantz out of retirement to build a case against him. Take a look at some of last night's latest Trump hit piece.
The financial statements that he prepared were given to the banks and had to be given to the banks in order to get the loans that he got. So he got hundreds of millions of dollars of bank financing in connection with many of his properties.
But it sounds like you're saying that his empire is built on lies.
His empire was built on lies.
So this is what they're trying to do now. This is how desperate these people are. This is what they've been reduced to. And this is a 60-minute story. Something that every developer in the country does all the time is a 60-minute story when Donald Trump does it. Sebastian Gorka joins us now. So Trump inflated his assets to get loans from banks that banks wanted to give him, which he then repaid with interest. So the banks made money off Donald Trump, and Donald Trump got his loan. There's no victim here. But Trump, along with probably every developer in the country, needs to be in prison, according to Mark Pomerantz.
Yeah, and if there was an inflation of assets that undermined the validity of the loan, I'm a little bit confused. Shouldn't it be the bank that brings the case? Oh, but the bank doesn't want to bring the case, hasn't even considered bringing a case. So what are we talking about, Rob? I mean, this is the apotheosis. No, this is the nadir. It's the depth to which TDS can sink you. Trump derangement syndrome is out of control. When there is no victim at all, but you're going to manufacture a crime where there is none. And then the leading question, doesn't that mean, I'm going to be very serious here, I'm a journalist, that Trump's empire is, no leading question, is built on lies? Yes, it means it's built on lies. I mean, this is an SNL skit when SNL was funny, Rob.
I mean, Alvin Bragg is the most woke, one of the most woke DAs in the entire country, and he wouldn't even take this case. Probably because he knows every developer in New York would have to go down if Donald Trump goes down, and Trump would probably find a way to take them all down with him, is probably what he realizes. But you're exactly right. And how is it that these banks, I mean, I work in New York. I know so many of these paper pushers that work at banks. There's a million kids that are 25, 30 years old that can look through whatever the hell you put on a document when you try to get a loan and determine whether or not it's ridiculous. How come these massive banks, we're talking about huge banks, they didn't have anybody to check these things? Or maybe they just didn't care because they thought, oh, this is probably going to be another great project by Donald Trump. We're going to make money. He's going to make money. Let's just do it.
Absolutely. Look, let's just put this in the correct context of the last 6 years. They have tried, from the Billy Bush tapes to the Mueller probe, to impeachment 1, to impeachment 2, to January 6th, to the Southern District of New York. How many times have they tried to take down my old boss, President Trump? And every single time they have failed. Why do they need to take him down? Because he's the person who can drain the swamp. He's not a member of the Uniparty. He's not owned by Big Pharma, by the unions, or big tech. That's why they hate him. This is just another example of Trump derangement syndrome.
It was a funny 15 minutes on 60 Minutes. I used to love 60 Minutes. I mean, I went to journalism school. I mean, I used to think that was the best. And to watch how they've devolved over the past 5 years, 7 years, whatever it's been, has been so sad to watch. Sebastian, good to see you, sir. Thank you so much.
Quick thing, Rob.
Yeah, go ahead.
Quick thing. You remember Nancy ripping up the speech behind President Trump in the State of the Union? Kevin, if you're watching, hey, McCarthy, I think in the middle of the speech tomorrow, you should take out a little balloon behind Biden and just pop it.
Now that would be good. There's a little Chinese balloon we got here. Good to see you, Sebastian. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Bye.